Hey Ratbags, it's Jade today giving you 7 locations that you might want to check out, either because they've got a bit of an Easter egg or maybe some mystery that we need to discuss, but not some of the most obvious things we've already found. Lots of these are going to be markers or locations that you have to activate to get all the data, and data is important. If you've not played Grounded 1, once you complete the game in that one, you got a score giving you a case of how many bosses you'd killed, how many of the pieces of data you'd found, and if that's going to be the same for Grounded 2, you definitely want to find them. So that might be something to do while you wait for next updates. So kicking off indeed with Stonehenge, more of just a cool place to find, but sometimes you may find a bit of glinting treasure in the middle. It usually reveals either some sort of candy or sometimes even a salt shard. Very rare indeed. You can pick up these also sometimes in the ice cream cart. Have you found any more salt shards anywhere else? I actually think this is a great place to build. I kind of wish they'd maybe put the larvae or rotten larvae blade back from Grounded 1, or maybe a rotten larvae spear inside the middle in the stone, just like King Arthur's Legend of Sword and Stone. Missed opportunity there. I don't think they'll add it now, just in case anyone's built their base there. If you haven't come across this place, it's all the way over to the southeast of the current stage map in the ice cream cart biome. Pretty close by, you may have come across some coins. In fact, there's coins littered all over the park, but there's a couple that are pretty unique, involving a gopher and his demise at the hands of a cart. So running over a gopher is really that big a deal? The great crash of 1968 that you're going to be printing coins about it? It's kind of odd. At first I thought maybe the gopher is like the mascot of the park, and it still might be. It seems the town overall might actually be more based around a squirrel. When you check out the logo for the pamphlet, you can see 2 men enjoying a nice summer's day in the brook, breathing in the delicious smell of a deceased squirrel, as that's its smell wafting up into the air, but also in the shape of a ghostly spirit. The Latin underneath, Q U ulet mic quiscat, roughly translates as yes, it smells, rest here. So, conflicting info. Why is a gopher so pretty much revered that they've been making it into a coin? Is it a nod to Groundhog Day, where famously the groundhog tells whether or not winter will last a bit longer, but in this case the gopher got killed in 1968, and so they can't ever tell. And I'm guessing this is the back of the coin, or maybe another one entirely. Hungry he was, towards an apple he dashed, a car he did not expect. With a pile-up, his life has ended. Not exactly the most poetic kind of statement. Out there theory, is it representing a colossus that could be in the game in the future, a gopher? If you found any more special coins that don't have just the regular stuff on it in the park, let me know location. And if you haven't come across this yourself, it's just here on the path southeast of the ice cream cart. This next one's really easy to miss, and it's just a little Easter egg and nod to Willow and her blossoming love for maybe grunge and garage bands, as it does look like a plectrum that you would use to strum a guitar. Shout out to Jason Felt for this one. That said, it might just be a sticker or some of them little sort of plastic enamel kind of ideas that you can put on stuff. We do see more of them in some of the ranger stations glowing in the dark. Does that mean Willow's the most conspiratorial, believing in aliens, Bigfoot and a lot more? What I really love about these is the idea that maybe, just maybe, we'll get a chance to have these as decor. That would be so sweet. Or maybe some of the stickers we've seen as well. Something a bit more unique than sign sets. It's pretty small, but here's direct location directly underneath the picnic table. Make sure you take your camera with you. Something so many people have found probably by now, but just in case you haven't, just slightly out of bounds you will find a milk cart with our 4 heroes on the back of it saying that they'd been found. Obviously after adventures in Grounded 1, you may have realised there was a milk cart with the other set of teens that didn't even make it to the park. They were killed through the process of shrinking. You understand that once you complete the good ending of Grounded 1. But yeah, it pretty much shows Willow, Max, Hoops and Pete on the milk carton as found. It's all the way to the northeast of the campfire region. One maybe it's slightly more kind of abstract and may mean nothing at all is the press pass picture. Obviously there were press at this event, and of course once the explosion happened a lot of them probably ran in fear. But there's something about this picture of a press pass from Agatha Brief. Some of you guys in my most recent streams have speculated she kind of reminds you of Schmector. Maybe, but it does seem she has a play or part to play in the future. Marcus Morgan, the producer of Grounded 2, kind of hinted that something may be revealed in the future about her. Is she going to help us play a part in exposing Omnant once more? Will we come across her dead body somewhere? There's nothing else really related to this other than just the camera that we find, although I do remember vaguely being some sort of other press pass. So if you found that, go and let me know if it has someone different on it. But the way they've done her art, it definitely feels like she's like a main character maybe. Part of the story that we might come across, and maybe she'll help us. Or we see her get eaten by a scorpion. It's just slightly southeast of Burgle's body, just here. Next we've got the mystery of the Wayward phone. It only rings once as far as I'm aware when you get close to it. You can't interact with it and it simply says on the screen, Palco free. Now we can all guess that it's probably someone from Omnant's phone, but some interesting stuff with the Palco free. Palco free does stand for some sort of technology to do with LED lighting, which obviously this has, but it can also mean stage, and obviously stage 3 at an event. Is this how the mysterious stranger triggered Wendell to go berserk? It's a shame we can't do anything with the actual buttons to trigger it again. That'd be kind of cool, but maybe in the future. If you head deep into the ant versus spider hill in the Pines area, you will find, of course, a dead ant queen. But not any just dead ant queen. Seems something has gone to great lengths to make sure it's a snack for later and tied it to the ceiling. So, does this mean we'll never see another ant queen in the game again? Well, judging by some of the files, it does look like we are obviously getting black ants and fire ants added. We may have more to do this time in terms of battling an ant queen in the future. Just maybe not the red ant one. Now, technically, that's not really what I want to show you. I'll get into in one here, kind of. It's definitely worth bearing in mind from the leaks that we've seen from Outer Bounds, black ants and red ants will be having some sort of battle close to the garden wall separating the gardens and the rest of the park. How cool would it be if we had a choice to make with ant queens, and whatever one we chose meant the others would be automatically aggressive to us? Or we had to go and kill one of the ant queens to get a reward from the other. But this time in a proper boss battle rather than just simply poisoning. If you keep exploring, you'll find a basically time capsule box with some interesting things. The last spotted butterfly before the ominous dust cloud that happened in 75. Of course, all of this in here is probably something you've come across since it's in so many guides how to get the special weapon, the sword. So I nearly wasn't going to include it, but I like the idea of some of the theories around some of the items in here. Or at least showing and reinforcing that Omnant have been around Brook Hollow people's lives for a long time. Dear future, having been denied justice in our time by the corrupt court system, we collect this evidence of environmental destruction so the future may render its final verdict. Who could have acted so carelessly against these living things? It was none other than Omnant Practical Technologies. We will not forget our animal friends. Signed, the Green Army, Brook Hollow. Chapter Ash Ferngrass. Could the Green Army play a part in the story? Some great theories out there from some of you guys saying that maybe Pete doesn't recognise the butterflies that we see in the park. Maybe somehow Omnant have actually been bringing them back to life, or someone else has. Then have a footprint of a pigeon, 1952, hence why some people have a theory that we may come across a pigeon in the future. And we do actually have a little nod to the gopher once more in terms of the coin being here. It's the same that we found earlier. Something to do in the sample bottle with maybe skunks, like skunk hairs. Another reason why some people think that we might get a colossus that's actually a skunk. I think that's probably a bit too far. And of course the bones of a bat by the looks of things. In memory of Don Kishot, cause of death, sugar overdose during powdered sugar factory explosion. Absolutely no idea what reference that could really be. But some maybe more fun things to think about in terms of theories. Of course, there's more mysteries than that and more interesting places to discover, so we'll do another video like this in future. But I want to dive in and see if we can get some more info about some of them locations, like including the D&D book that we find. Is this a reference somehow to the map or to our order that will be complete in the game? But that'll be for another video. What's the most interesting Easter egg or place that you found in Grounded 2 so far? Let me know in the comments down below. And like I said, I'll be back for another video like this in the future.